Hey guys, this is MK CSGO back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over how to solo the A site on Mirage. From my perspective, from how I view the game, and from all the hours of watching Pro CS and the bullet players that hold A sites, picking bits and pieces from every player I watch and incorporating it into my own gameplay and my own view and understanding of the game. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to hold A. A lot of times when you're playing in a team environment, or you might have if your team is heavily set up towards middle and B, you might be soloing A, you might be playing retake A CT, or you might be on site having an AWP jungle and stuff assisting you. So I'm going to be going over how the best way to solo A if you're alone on sites. If you have like an AWP in jungle and stuff that's close to support you, and even a few crossfires. So to start off with, whenever you spawn and you're coming out A, you have to be wary of the fast A rush from T's. If T's decide to rush A fast and throw the slam flash fast, you're gonna be caught and if you're just running out, you're gonna be caught blinded for a second or two, and you're just gonna get swung by a rifle and you're gonna get one tapped in the head. It's important to understand the timings and understand the basic fundamentals of holding. Any site is understanding the timings. Understanding by timings I mean when you can get to a certain position that the enemies wouldn't have got to yet. So for example, it's running out towards this side of the wall here. So if the enemies are flashing out, see, like if the enemies are flashing out, you're already behind here, you're in this position, you have a lot of cover, rather than being in the open, right? If you want to molly A main, smoke A main, you don't want to be doing it like running like that, right? You're just gonna get caught up by the flashes and swung. You want to just sort of do it on the fly if you're gonna molly, or if you're gonna smoke it, just. There was a molly there that cut it a bit short, but yeah, you get what I mean. So if you're holding A, every round, it's basic concepts when you're holding any site in CSGO. It's you want to be unpredictable. That's the main thing. Now, how can you be unpredictable? You can be unpredictable by having by repositioning every round, having different spots that you hold from, and just switching up your playstyle, whether you holding aggressive or you're holding passive, and just messing around with the enemy's head. To start off with this position here, it's really OP. It's kind of OP, and I'll tell you why I think it's OP. It's not OP in the way people use it in matchmaking, as into high tier, like it's obviously titled as Ninja, right? The spot's called Ninja because people obviously hide your way for the plant and try ninja defuse or try kill enemies in the back. A lot of teams, if they have someone running up sandwich here, clearing that from about here, they'll be able to see your body, and just a lot of teams are in general are going to check it. So why do I say this this spot's OP? It's OP because of this angle here. Right, this is a really good angle you can hold, because a lot of T's when they're coming out, you might have an entry frag getting sight, and a lot of enemies are just going to jump up here and just try, check triple, check default, check behind these boxes here, and just maybe just hold the ticket boost. So it's a really good spot, especially because especially considering that to get up there, like when they're getting up, they're jumping, right? So you're spotting them when they're jumping, so they don't have time to react and land and shoot you at the same time with accurate bullets. So it's pretty OP to like hold this here. You obviously maybe only exposed to palace unless you crouch, but it's really good. At most you're probably going to get at least 3 kills. You should be aiming for at least 3 kills. You can get a kill there, another kill there, then after that you can come into an angle like that there, or straight from there you can fall back to holding palace, or you can just sort of hold that line there. You don't really want to ever be hiding behind the box. Another OP, another really good spot you can hide. See, when you're playing this around these angles here, I don't really like playing this here, because a lot of teams, like whenever I'm T, I'm always just mauling. I'm also always then mauling that to flush any player out of there. Ideally, like a really good spot that you would want to play to try to change things up is playing on top of here. I found that I've caught a lot of opponents off guard by playing on top of here. It's just an angle that the Palace guy doesn't really his crosshair placement wouldn't really be this high, as in ready for you here. As well as you can just sort of hold these angles and just play around here. you know, you'll definitely get at least a 3k from here. That's a very good spot. A lot of people obviously play Firebox and hold this Palace angle. Whenever I've played this, I've never really had a lot of luck. I always just get hot swung from the Palace guy and just get one tap instantly. So unless you really trust, unless you have an AUG, you trust your aim a lot and you know hold this sort of headshot angle, it's pretty viable. If you have crossfires, a good crossfire to have is to have, you know, someone just tucked in sandwich. And again, if you have an AUG or if you have really sharp aim, a good angle to hold is up here. This is a very unexpected angle. Of course, but that's why you have someone sandwiches because you're kind of exposed to Palace. So it's just really good here, you know, like being on top, their T's aren't really going to come out and their cross is going to be there. Obviously, when they come in looking triple there and they're checking here, and you know, it's just sort of making them micro adjust their aim in seconds in which you could have killed them already. So that's a pretty good crossfire. Another good position to play, especially late in, especially if the T executing is playing triple. It's very good because of this flash here. You can throw flashes off there and literally, yeah, it's just gonna blind anyone there. So it's pretty good to just flash and just play off that there, play around this box there. A lot of teams will smoke CT there. They won't really factor in someone being here, unless people obviously molly, like the T's molly and stuff like that. But generally, that's also a good spot to like switch it up. My favorite spot to play is playing under Palace. It's just, there's just so much you can do from here. It's really OP. It's really hard to clear. It's very easy to get multi-frags from. It's a really good position because, you know, you can, if the T's are coming executing, you can ask your AWP to come and flash you. You know, he can even just throw flashes there, just in front there to blind the while you're obviously facing there, just to blind the enemies coming out. You can have him flash high. This is kind of like the usual set that's really OP to use from under Palace. Is I aim to the right of that dot there and I jump throw. So as you can see, CTs are running up and not a lot of time to react, right? Unless either they get a triple there and they hear it bounce, then they will. But what I like to do is, if I know they're already up there, I'll just throw two. One's a decoy for them to dodge, the second one is for the one that they're going to turn into, and then I swing, right? Or a lot of times I'll just, so like I'll show you guys what my, the different types of ways that I'll throw this the util from here. So if I come here and I hear them rushing out, right, and I don't have any support from my Oppa jungle, I'll do this. I flash once because you don't get blind from here, right? That's important. Is you don't get blind swinging from here. So I'll flash there and I'll kill. I always usually kill someone around here that's blind. I'll kill him. I'll come back. I'll throw a flash again. I'll molly there, and I'll just sort of just try peek. The molly there is obviously just to hinder the CTs from the T's from like pushing anywhere and stuff like that, from trying to push forward, and yeah, hopefully by then I'm trying to just delay rotations. You probably throw it a bit closer. You just don't want to get swung on by the T's, and you also just want to delay rotations for your teammates to come. Like, you know, if you have a player from Con, they can easily just come and say I'm flashing behind you, or you can have your Oppa jungle just say I'm flashing Tetris, and yeah, plenty of things you can do. You can even have your player CT. You know, there's just flashing there, and yeah, they're all just really super OP flashes that you can throw for these guys coming out. Amen. Another thing I like to do as well is a lot of times, you know, a lot of times people from Palace have lineups that the lineups to like molly you. So and a lot of times you will get mollied, right? People can molly from there, or even T's can molly from under there. Sorry, I missed it. Where is it? Nope. Okay, I had to miss it for this video. Yeah, I forgot. I actually need to learn that again. But yeah, there's a molly that bounces off there into here. For that molly that bounces into there, right? What I like to do is, it's just a basic. This is a small tip for anyone that's made it this far into the video. If you don't already know that, if you're holding an angle, okay, say for example you're holding an angle and you get mollied off, all right. The important thing is not to just drop your smoke in the middle of the molly, all right? Because it just blocks you off as well, right? the main thing is to have composure when you're in a molly, and by composure is this what you want to do. You want to throw the smoke onto the far right or far left of the molly, so it creates a gap on either the far right or the far left of the molly, if you understand what I mean. And I'll show you guys an example here under palace. So look, so exhibit A is wait, we'll just, how will we do this? Okay, so we'll say a T throws a molly under there, right? So look, you're on a palace and the T's are, we'll just lower this volume a bit. And the guy palace throws a molly, or the guy main throws a molly. Now what you do is throw a molly. It's you either panic and you smoke there, and you're stuck in a smoke, you're scrabbling, you don't know where to go, and you're just gonna run out and maybe die, or they're just gonna come and just swing you, right? They're gonna spam you. You can only be in this sort of area. Or you can do this, right, which is what I explained earlier about throwing the molly to either the far left or far right. So look, the molly comes, you're like, okay, right, through the last grenade I threw. So look, it's either the molly comes, so again, look, you're playing on the palace, you know, you hear the first guy come out, you flash, boom, you kill the first guy, then they molly, okay, then they molly on the palace. I keep on forgetting that was the last nade. Then they molly under palace, right? So it's either you panic, it's either you stay composed. So it's either you panic and you smoke and you're covered, or in molly you stay composed, you pull your smoke out, you look where you can throw it, you throw it in the corner there, and look at this gap you have. Alright? It's at a high level, it's kind of basic, a lot of people know this, but if you don't already, it's a very good tip to incorporate into your own gameplay. Alright, so just look at how OP that is. From smoking and extinguishing you and just covering you, you can just easily do that and you'll have a bit of a gap. You know, same thing if the T's molly window, just look for somewhere to sort of, you know, just smoke there and you can fight there. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, just a small tip to incorporate into your gameplays. Now back to this thing here, my other variable if I hear the T rushing out is I'll throw flash, molly, molly from the same spot, flash. And you can see the molly just bounces there, sort of isolates the players into, funnels them into one sort of area into my flash, and they're blind going to the molly as well. You could probably throw an HE grenade up there as well. There's a lot of things you can do from this position here, that's why I like it a lot. You can change it up as well by holding a bit of more of an aggressive angle here. If you don't have util and you just have a rifle, but that's a really strong angle to hold as well. I might have to release a part 2 of this just because, you know, it is getting long, and you know there's just a lot of theory to talk about, a lot more to talk about as well from playing on the A side. And so yeah, this was just kind of like the basics. You know, just really good spots to mix it up. So ideally what you want to do is just change it up every round. You know, just play different angles, just play different spots that, you know, they won't be expecting you. Take different fights from different angles, different peaks, different util usage. Just always switch it up so you're not building a tendency for the other team to be accustomed to. But yeah, that's all for me for now with this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a like, comment, subscribe, and be sure to check out my other videos on my channel. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys in the comment section of my next video.